Welcome back to another video. So quite a lot of progress made since the last one. So last video I did was about these cupboards that I've installed. Since then I've made a start on the kitchen and also the bed area, so a bit of everything. I find that I start a job, don't necessarily get bored with it, but just want to sort of make a little bit more progress, so start another one just so I can visualise how everything's all going to fit. So I'll just talk you through it, and I've had quite a lot of questions about this here on socials, on Facebook, so, and this appeared a little bit in the last video. So this is a folding cot, this contraption. So obviously it's not going to be there forever. The couple who bought this got a young baby at the moment, and once that's too big for the cot, then that'll have to come off the wall and be replaced with another cupboard. So I'll just quickly run through how that works, as I know a few people were interested in that. You can ignore the Allen keys for the time being, they're going to be replaced with something more suitable, little miniature carabiners. But basically that's to, if I give that a pull, that's to stop that coming apart and falling down whilst it's up. So behind the wall, I'll drop into the videos, photograph what it looks like behind, but basically I've got a lot of heavy woodwork down, across and then back up, and that woodwork is screwed in self-tappers to the metalwork and also bolted in with riv nuts, and it's really thick wood behind there, CLS, so a couple of inches thick, and then on the outside, then of course you've got the wall going across it, then on the outside got some more heavy duty wood. So this wood is then screwed straight through the wall into that wood behind, and then we got another piece underneath here that goes across. That's slightly thinner, but again it's still screwed into really chunky wood behind, and the same on this side. Oop, same on this side. So they're really long screws as well, 70mm screws. So we got 2 hinges here, 2 hinges here, and 3 hinges across the bottom, and all these screws are really long, decent screws. And then rather than use screws on this bit here, which is vulnerable, I've bolted it with M4 bolts, and same over here. And then on the side here, this is angle iron, which again is so I've used threaded inserts here, so these bolts are screwed in. So let's just unclip this. It's difficult to do with one hand. Okay, so they're threads there, and again I've used bolts here as well. So I'll quickly show you how it works. Okay, so that pops down like so. Then when it's connected with these 2 bottom clips, then that folds down like that. So mattress is going to go in there, and the mattress will be kept up above the cab. So then you can put the child in and out, and then when it's bedtime, just fold it back up. It's also referred to as a baby jail, so when it's time for the baby to go to jail, and then you've got another clip here, so you've got 4 clips, so a total of 6 clips. So I'm giving that a good old tug. That is solid as a rock. Yeah, there's a couple of concerns about the child being able to climb out over the top, and that's something that we have thought about, and we're going to address that. We're going to come up with a plan for that, but there'll be some sort of temporary mesh across here, popped on. But anyway, the people I bought this for, people I've made this for, are happy with what I've done, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So again to fold away. That pushes down there, so I mean if you wanted to you could just use that as a glorified shelf. Right. Currently working on the bed, so it's going to be a sliding bed, so fixed single here, and then to extend it to a double it's just going to slide across over the top of the seats. So these seats flip up, storage underneath, there'll be a cushion here on each side, and also probably a nice cushion, triangular shaped cushion, back support there. The total height of that is going to stop there because there's going to be something sliding across and resting on here and then locking in, and then underneath boot area, that's where the dogs are going to live. We've got the electrics in the corner, and yeah, so not really sure where this video is going. I'll do a little bit of filming of building stuff, but time is money, and it's quite time consuming stopping and filming all the time, and of course I'm supposed to be building this for someone, so I'm conscious of that. So that slides okay. A little bit stiff pulling it back. I just need to wax it yet. So I'm going to give it a little bit more of a rub down on the corners and a bit of wax. But there you go. Right, so it's been several days since the last video, and since that time I've done quite a bit. I've waxed this, so this slides really nicely now. And I put a locking system in, like that. so that's solid and no problem. So I'm 6 foot and I've got a couple of inches there to spare, so it's got a good size to it. And then just to unlock, shove it back across. When the mattress is on, you won't see these. During the day, unfortunately, you will see them. It's a little bit annoying, but it's the only place I could put them, so never mind. Just talk about dimensions. The width, I think it's about 185, and I've done it differently. So this is sunk in and that isn't, because of the depth behind is taken up by the wood for the cot. So as you can see, that's a smooth edge there, and this sort of is a recess, so there's less insulation on this side. The height we got it at, it's at 73 high, so there's a natural, if you've got a Fiat Ducato, there's a natural line there, and there's already some factory riv nuts along there. You can add some more in if you like. So that's bolted in with riv nuts. Also got a couple of self tappers whacked in there as well for good measure. It's also resting on the batten, so behind here for the framing for the wall and the insulation, there's roof battens which are nice and thick. So this is CLS, which is 38 by 68. All the beds framed out with CLS, the framework. So that's riv nutted in that way, and then it's resting on the battens, and then the ply for the wall it's wedged down onto the floor also, so you've got loads of support, so that's not going anywhere. So there's the CLS that you can see, 38 by 63. The slats 70 by 15 redwood. The ply, this is 12mm ply for the baby jail. This is 18 by 44 whitewood from Wicks, and then so we made quite a bit of progress on the kitchen. Got all the cupboards done, so the framework for the cupboards, for the kitchen unit, sorry, 34 by 34, which is Wicks again. So we've got the fridge here, so that's on sliding runners, which is locked down the bottom. There's going to be a cupboard door, so all the cupboard doors are cut. I'm just waiting for a couple of plumbing bits. I didn't order enough stuff, so I'm going to finish off the plumbing, put the sink in. I've cut the hole for the sink in the worktop, so there's still, it looks like quite a lot to do, quite a lot of snagging. There's probably about 4 or 5 days work. So that's the waste tank. So connect up the sink, finish all the plumbing, put the doors on, then got to put catches on for these. So this is the bin which slides in and out. That's a drawer, that's a drawer, that's a drawer. These are cupboards, so we need to put the push button locks on them. Need to trim up the heating duct, so make that a bit tidy. I've run a pipe that goes all the way around the back of the cupboards, comes out here, and then put some holes in the bottom, so the heat from the pipe is going to come up, so that can be a bit of a drying room, put wet coats in. And then of course we got storage under there, storage under there as well. I haven't cut out the cupboard doors yet, so I need to cut them out. That's 6 doors that need cutting out, and then puts the doorknobs, latches on. Then it needs worktop needs all waxing, probably going to use Danish oil. And then I've just got to finish framing around the windows, so I've made a start up there. I've just got to tidy that bit there and that bit over there, and then a bulkhead surround needs to go in, just a wooden trim around there, and then I'll be handing it back to the owners, who will give it a lick of paint. He's going to finish off the electrics, and then that's it. Should be good. Right, let's crack on. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, which is what I'm actually going to be doing today, is installing the water tank. So that's going to be great fun, lying on a cold floor. It's 2 degrees out here at the moment, but I might move it into the sunshine a bit. But yes, we need to put a water level sensor in there, which I've never done before, so it's going to be fun. And then it's going under there, so I've already put the water filler in, got the pipe down there, so let's get on with it. Right, so you're probably wondering, what's that mad fool doing? I want to establish how much travel the suspension has got, because of the I'm going to locate the pipe underneath the leaf spring. So, well, the big pipe is going to go above, and this is the water pipe which I've insulated, so I'll put some conduit around it and some foam packing, so that's insulated, protect it. And I'm just worried that when you go over a big bump and suspension rises up in the air and you're bouncing up and down, that there's going to be, that it could hit this, which could cause a problem. So I measured it before I jacked it up, and there's a 10.5 centimetre gap. Now it's 13, let's call it 13.5, so it moves about 3 centimetres. So I need to know when I put it in place that I've got a gap here of really 3.5 to 4 centimetres. Anyway, that's an experiment. So the gap on the other vans between the bottom of the tank and the floor is 19 to 20 centimetres. So if I get that down to 19 centimetres, it will should be okay. Should be about 4.5 centimetre gap. So right, I've got it in. Battery ran out on my GoPro after all that, which is quite irritating. So managed to squeeze all the pipes in. So I've got the feed pipe above the leaf spring, and then the drain pipe and the fresh supply underneath. It's about 5 or 6 centimetres gap there, so I'm happy that that's not going to get hit. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put an elbow on there. So I didn't want to drag it up like that with one piece of tube, so doing a right angle elbow, so plenty of clearance. So that's worked out quite well, and that's about 20 centimetres. So in here, put the bit of trim there for the heater, and I'll finish framing the window, which is quite nice. So anyway, that's it for this build video. Not much building, I know. And what I'll do is I'm going to finish it now, which is probably another 3 or 4 days work. 3 days probably. Get the sink in, get all the doors on and the knobs on, and then bulkheads around, and then I've got to just put cladding on the doors. That should be quite straightforward. And then when I've done all that, I'll do a final video of what it looks like before I hand it over to the new owners. Anyway, if you live in the southeast and you like what you see and you need a bit of help with your build, I prefer to take jobs on where, well, woodwork really. That's the bit that I really like. So if you've started a van, you've got it insulated and all the wiring done, which is what was done on this, and you want woodwork doing, then that's ideal scenario for me. Get in touch. Cheers.